I was saying last night that I found, when I was emptying out the last of my office, I found the Black Sad graphic novel that I own, and I was like, oh man, I gotta reread this. And I was right. It is published by Dark Horse here, so if you wanted to read it, that's the publisher. I'm gonna cheat with coffee. That's fine. It's not cheating. A hot cup of anything isn't cheating. And if it's hot where you are, a cold cuppa is also fine. And if you don't like beverages of any type, then like, I can't help you. I can't help you. I fell asleep. I need to catch up on the last VOD. I'm trying to remember. I feel like we're near the end. I ran into a bug. I can't tell if it was a bug or if it was just me being silly. But I ran into something at the very end last night, and it was like nearly 2 a.m. and I just couldn't deal with it anymore. It was maybe like 1:30. That might be extreme. But as y'all know, around midnight, my brain starts rapidly shutting down. So, hello? Hello? Careful. Hi, careful. Did you want to come say hi? Hi. Oh, that's a puzzle, baby. No. Don't mess with that. Don't mess with that. It's cursed. It's a cursed puzzle. Me. Okay. More what? You want to say hi to everybody? Here, it's your stream now. Yeah, there you go. What would you like to tell everybody? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. You're not going anywhere. You're just going on my lap. Chill out. Chill out, cowboy. What you doing? That's mommy's drink. I know it's got cats on it, and that's fine, but it's really hot, and you'll hurt yourself. You will. Ow! It's hot. Ow! Okay, bye. She's strong, independent. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Mom.
Bye-bye. Mwah. Thank you for the kiss. That's my kid. She's loud. When the Hello. When the movers were here, they were asking how old she was. And they were like, she's talking a lot. Like, yeah. Yes. It only increases. More talking, more yelling. I don't know where she gets that from. She runs around on her own. She does. Yeah, she runs everywhere. She tries to say the ABCs. She knows 1 through 10. She knows colors. They're sponges, man. They soak up absolutely everything. She knows how to use our phones. She knows how to lock us out of our phones because the concept of passwords doesn't mean anything to her. When is did you mean to say when is the move happening? The move is happening early December. So all of our stuff is going on a boat. stuff that we wanted to keep but isn't absolutely necessary to our lives. It's going on the boat, and then we and we fly out, and the kitties fly out. Christmas gift ideas for a 1-year-old. I always think that I watch those things. I totally watch that sort of stuff, and I still find it to be difficult. Clark was really into like stacking things, right? She around 1-year-old was really wanting to like build stuff and knock stuff over and all of that. I think like a simple like wood block set is great starting at like 1. What else was she really into around 1-year-old? 1 year was when we started like trying to give her musical stuff. So like is it called a xylophone? Not a xylophone. I don't know, one of those like things with a little bing 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 bing. One of those. That sort of thing would be really good. Like I'm trying to think of it if you're trying to avoid like electronics, which a lot of people do. Yeah. It is a xylophone. Okay. I don't know why that sounded wrong to me. I know, Purple Mohawk. Isn't that crazy? Also, thank you for rewatching those. That's very sweet. A xylophone. That gives me flashbacks. I never had a xylophone, I don't think, but I did have a recorder. One of those like flutes. And I used to just sit in my room and go, boo, 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 all the time. I'm pretty sure that mysteriously went missing at some point. Yeah, Sam's family decided that because there's so many kids either in the family or arriving in the family this next year, I have a pregnant sister-in-law, that all Christmas gifts should be for the kids. Adults won't get any Christmas gifts. It's all about the kids, which has been fun because it's like, ooh, okay, so what are all the kids into, right? Because we don't live there yet. So all I can do is think about like, well, I know that they used to be into this. I know that they used to be into this, right? Charlie has always been super into gaming. So Sam and I it's been easy for us to get things for Charlie. Tommy is super, super creative. Last year, literally everyone got him Play-Doh. He got Play-Doh and he got like a full kids kitchen set. So he like makes everybody breakfast and stuff all the time. Adorable. He's old enough now that he actually like makes food, which is super cool. So we get pictures all the time of him like holding like a little cake pan, like I made a cake. It's so cute. So yeah, I know that I can probably get him more like creatively geared stuff. And then River is like 9 months younger than Clark, and is apparently at the stage where she's starting to get really into music stuff. So that's one of the reasons that I was like, oh, a xylophone, because I had been looking at xylophones. Yeah. River is a cool name. Yeah, I think so too. I think like also if they are working on like dexterity stuff, like blocks are good for that. You can also find I don't know that they would count as a busy board, but you can find like soft like Velcro boards where there's just a lot of things that use Velcro, so they just kind of like pull and stick like lots of different bits and bobs all over it. We got for Clark, actually I think it's right over there. I can show you a couple of the things that we got for Clark for Christmas. She hasn't seen them yet. Sam thought it was so stupid that I they showed up in the mail and I was like, don't show Clark. She can't see them. And he was like, what do you mean? She's a baby. She doesn't realize they're gifts. I was like, I don't want her to see them. Okay, so we got her a latch board. So it's like lots of different types of locks for her to figure out how to open, and inside are like different animals and things. So like it unlocks a door and she can open the door and there are animals and stuff in there, which is really cool. So she'll love this, I'm positive, because she tries to get into everything. She anytime we have something that can open, once it's open, she doesn't care. Like, she's trying to close it again already so she can practice opening it. So I was like, I think she'll love this. And then this is another like just kind of simple thing. So this is like a precision test thing. So it's like a little block of cheese and it comes with this, and she can like figure out how to get this through the holes. And it's got a little face on it, like it's a little mouse. So we got her that, and then our like big gift for her. So it's these two things, and then our like big gift for her with the move is what are they called? A Pickler's triangle. It's literally like a little climbing triangle for toddlers. It's so simple. You can make them, but I didn't trust myself to make one when my child was going to be climbing on it. So we just ordered one from a lovely lady in Ukraine. But yeah, they're literally, if you look them up, they're literally like triangles with rungs on them. And the idea is that a little kid who's interested in climbing stuff can have like a safe thing to climb on, and they'll be able to learn like how to climb up and then climb back down and things like that. So that's kind of our big gift for her, since we're going to be moving, and it'll be something fun for her to play with in like a new space. So yeah, lots of gifts to turn her into the perfect small thief, which I think makes a lot of sense. So yeah, those are her Christmas gifts from us. Yeah, I just wanted to get her gifts that like helped her learn something or helped her practice something, but would still be fun, hopefully. So yeah. When she's older, she can play with your lock picking tools. I know, dude. I was telling everyone during a stream the other day that I've been watching a channel called The Modern Rogue. And every time they talk about their lock picking sets, I'm like, those are so cool. But I have a lock pick set. I don't need a new lock pick set. I barely use the one I have. I'm at the comic shop right now working. I just wanted to drop by and say hi. Aw. Hi, Brooke the pal. Have a good day at work. Yeah, something that some people do with Pickler's triangles is like when their kid gets really comfortable just like jungle gymming all over it, they'll build like a little, they'll basically take a board with a lip on it and then attach like the like indoor climbing things all over it so that the kid can like practice climbing that way instead, which I think sounds cool and way more straightforward for me to be able to build on my own. But yeah, and then everybody else, when they've asked what she's interested in, I've said that she's obsessed with knowing what we're doing in the kitchen, which I think is normal. She always wants to see what we're doing. Whether she's hungry or not, she wants to know what we're doing in there. So I said like little like fake foods and stuff. Uh, that sort of thing. And then she's really into drawing. She wants pens and she wants crayons and she wants everything. It's been really hard because she also wants to draw on everything, right? So I was evangelizing for the washable crayons. I did some tests. The washable crayons 100% work, and they are 100% worth it. If you've got a little kid, just get the washable crayons, man. They wipe off of absolutely anything. It's amazing. So yeah, art supplies, stuff like that. Why is the cat staring at a blank monitor? Because cats see in more dimensions than we do, and she's watching ghost TV, okay? That's a lifesaver tip. Literally. So I've already told this story once before, so I'll tell it faster. But we basically had a bin that she had drawn on with a normal crayon, and I was like, fuck. And I couldn't get it off very easily. Like it was lighter, but it wouldn't totally come off really. But it was old and I didn't really give a shit. And she was playing with, I had found washable crayons that someone had sent me, and she was playing with those and like drawing in her little book. And she went over to draw in the same bin. And I was like, these are supposed to be washable. Will it come off? Literally just wiped right off. Amazing. Amazing. So yeah, washable Crayola crayons. They are legit. Not sponsored, but would accept sponsorship. Woo! Thank you. I was talking about the crayons again, yeah. Yeah, they wash off walls, clothes. I mean, normal crayons are wax, so they wash off of clothes easy anyway, but yeah. Wondering if you'll finish the Celeste DLC. If I can get through the B-sides and the C-side. Everybody said I should do the C-sides as well if I want to finish the DLC. So I haven't gone back to it since the last time we played it, if I'm being totally honest. Massive delay on the video. Try refreshing. My work needs to invest in these. We have so many ruined menus. Oh, like from little kids drawing on them with the crayons. Yeah. Oh, Mordock, it was your birthday? Happy birthday. Have a good day. Twitch is a little slow today. Really? Issues? Issues? Yeah. Clark is absolutely the kid that when we go to a restaurant and they hand her crayons, she's so excited. And for the most part, she only draws on the paper that she's been given. But every now and then, she's like drawing something and then it just slowly like drifts off onto the table and I'm like, no. I used to work in a restaurant that had a kids section, and oh my God, the state of those menus. I could not believe it. I'm confused. Are these like So most places that I go to, either the menu is like laminated so that they're easy to clean, or the kids get like a paper menu to like specifically to draw on. I'm imagining like what kind of mess you're talking about specifically. I work for a restaurant. We just have boxes of 500 menus we swap out when new ones die. Whoa. No, I've definitely been to a restaurant before where they're like, sorry, we're like in the process of swapping out for new menus, and these are the only ones we have left. Can you guys all share one menu? I've definitely been at that place before, and I can't find it in myself to be offended about that at all. Like, yo, running a restaurant, I'm sure, is rough as hell.
Welcome, you.
Lando Bob, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang.
Babe.
What are Clark's feelings regarding puppers and doggos? She mostly just hears them barking. The only doggos that she's gotten to like positively interact with are Tiri's dog and mother-in-law's dog, so Nanny's dog. She loves them. She's not scared of them at all, which terrifies me a little bit. But when we like go on our walks, there are lots of houses that we go by that have dogs, and they all bark. And so to keep her from like getting freaked out, she doesn't anymore, but like originally to keep her from getting freaked out, we'd go, dog, woof, woof. And so they'd be like, rah, 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 and she'd be like, woof, woof. But like now we're going to have to get to the point where it's right. But you know, you don't need to be scared of them, but also don't approach. Like if it's not a dog, you know, don't touch it. That kind of a thing. Isn't your mother-in-law's dog the one that tries to eat you all the time? No, that dog passed away. Bruce. He died a year and a half ago. Something like that. Everybody was very sad. But they got the same type of dog, and her name is Mabel, and she's been uber socialized since the day they got her. They were like, we're not having another Bruce situation. We're going to take Mabel everywhere. Mabel's going to meet all kinds of people. She's going to like, we're going to really make sure that the same thing doesn't happen again. Because while they did love Bruce, yeah, Bruce hated anybody that wasn't in the immediate family. I could, like, all of the partners, right? all of the like significant others in that family could not interact with Bruce, could not be in the same room with Bruce. It wasn't great. But I acknowledge that everybody loved him deeply, right? Mabel is such a sweetheart, super gentle, really loving, sweet dog. So, yeah. Has she met Wallace? She has. Wallace was terrified of her and just barked constantly, and she was like, dog! Fasciani thought it was the funniest thing in the world. He was like, Clark does not give a shit. Wallace is trying so hard to be intimidating, and she does not fucking care at all. For any of you who haven't seen Wallace before, Wallace is the dog of Alex Fasciani and Poke Kells. And this dog is I love him. He's very neurotic. He's like the sort of dog where if you step into the room in the wrong way, he will not stop barking at you until you leave, right? Like there is no calming him down. So it was hilarious to have Clark walk into a room and Wallace was in there, and Wallace is like, no, absolutely not. Bark, 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 bark. And she's just like, dog. Yeah, I'm worried Clark is going to be one of those kids that's like, I could jump out of a plane. That sounds fun. Bear in mind, I've jumped out of a plane, but now I'm a parent, so it's terrifying to me to imagine my child jumping out of a plane. Okay, Kinrina, have a good day. Thank you for tuning in. You did a good job preparing Clark for dogs. I guess so. But again, I do want her to like have a healthy amount of respect for the fact that a dog could hurt her, right? Like, I don't want her to be terrified of dogs. But I do want to teach her, like, we don't touch dogs we don't know, right? Which is hard because they want to learn about everything, and they want to touch everything, and they want to meet everything. And my brother is going skydiving for his 18th birthday and taking my poor mother with him. Oh my gosh. Don't touch dogs you don't know unless it's a hot dog. Interesting. I'm the only one out of my siblings who doesn't hate dogs. If a Labrador were to walk up to me, I'm giving him mad pets. My sister and two brothers are like, get that thing away. I wonder why. I wonder why they don't like dogs. Do your parents like dogs? Were your parents like, dogs are awful, they're the worst, they'll kill you? Like, the fact that 3 people in the same family all hate dogs, that's interesting to me. I'm indifferent to all pets. I think indifference is different from like, ew, a dog. Right? I don't think there's anything wrong with being like, I have no interest in having a pet. I don't care about having a pet. I know people like that. It's the same with kids, right? Not to always bring it back to children, but it's the same with kids. I talk about this a lot, but like, if you say to me, yeah, I just don't want kids. Sick, man. Or I have a few friends who have said, I really don't feel comfortable holding kids. It's fine. You do not have to hold my kid. I would much rather that the people who held her felt comfortable doing so. I'm not about to force you to do that. I like dogs, but I'm extremely allergic. That's my mom. My mom loves animals and is allergic to like all of them. It's really sad. It's really sad. And like we live on a farm in the Clackamas County Valley in Oregon, which is a allergen hotspot, like a den of allergens, right? And my mom and dad just wanted a farm so bad. So my mom literally, like, my whole life growing up, there were multiple months out of the year where she was like, well, I guess I'll stay inside with a mask on. Like, it's crazy. I always felt unsure about holding kids because I was the youngest, and now my cousins are having kids. So I'm like, nice. How do I hold a kid without accidentally killing them? Yeah, I understand. I understand the feeling of this thing is so precious, right? This thing, I'm worried that I could hurt it because it's so small and it's a human. And I don't want to hurt it, right? And that fear keeps me from wanting to try. I understand that 100%. I will say that I think once you hold a kid a couple of times, that feeling is basically gone. But again, if someone says to me, I really don't feel comfortable holding kids, I don't think that it's my job to force them to learn how to hold a child. Like, if you say to me, I don't feel comfortable holding your kid, great. You don't have to. You do not have to. During the first few months, I had issues holding my niece, but now she seems way more durable and it's way easier. Yeah, I think sometimes, this is going to sound terrible, but I think sometimes like friends that feel a little like weird around Clark. The second they see us like flipping her upside down and holding her by her ankles and shit, they're like, oh, she's fine. Oh, okay. Yeah, she loves it. She absolutely loves it. Her constitution is high. Her constitution is very high. Yes, agreed. I'm late, so I'm swapping to the VOD. Have a good day. Have a good day, Luis. Oh, I'm thinking about moving to Oregon. Do you know a city called Tigard? I do. I've had family members live in Tigard. Yeah, I totally know Tigard. I don't know it well enough to like tell you what it would be like to live there, but yeah. I haven't been around for a minute. Are you moving? We are. We're moving. Yep. We're going to England. I'm completing the visa process over there. And it's all happening. Very excited. I know this is a bit of a weird question. Is the cost of living generally lower than in California, in Oregon? Yes. Yeah, for sure. It is going up, though. Oregonians are really pissed off at Californians currently because everybody from California is moving there because it is more affordable. But by moving to Oregon and having so many people want places to live and want jobs and want all this, that, and the other, rental prices are like rapidly going up. House prices are rapidly going up. Literally, a lot of people in Oregon that I know are like, I'm just waiting for that recession everybody's fucking talking about because I can't afford shit in this state anymore. Because all the Californians came over here and they expect rent to be like $5,000 for a 2-bedroom. I can't pay $5,000 for a 2-bedroom, so fuck me, I guess. Right? So that's the current like climate in both Oregon and Washington. I live in Oregon. This is completely true. Yeah, man. It's rough. Hi, John. Story of my life over here in Oregon. Yeah. And of course, I'm like the transplant that's been in California for 9, 10-ish years. So whenever I go home, everybody's like, will you just tell them to stop coming over here? I feel like they talk to me like the traitor. Like all of my old friends are like, so since you're like a Californian now or whatever, if you could convince them that Oregon just sucks, that would be great. Hi, Molly. We could force Angie to play D&D in our time zone. Angie has like, both of you have like legit normal jobs, don't you? $5,000 a month. That's like 6 months pay. Yeah. Rent out here is crazy depending on where you are. Again, keep in mind that LA is really sprawling because of all the earthquakes and stuff. So like Los Angeles is huge. There are areas that are super cheap, but maybe not safe at all. There are areas that are crazy expensive for literally no reason other than, well, it's near Hollywood and Highland where the stars are. Right? So it's a big window. The area that we're in, the like Long Beach, Torrance kind of area, is sort of like the more up and coming area to live in, because obviously if you go really far north, there's fires all the fucking time. If you're in Los Angeles, it's really expensive. If you're in like Hollywood, right, or mid-city, it's really expensive. If you go a little bit more south, that's like gang territory. And then if you go a little bit more south, that's where we are. Bam. So and it's more affordable down here while also like being a combination of like it's not super nice, but it's not bad, right? My car got stolen, but I also live in a neighborhood with some nice families. So like it's, you know, you like take what you can. But yeah. I see a baby gate. Yeah, this guy. We were when she started being able to go in the kitchen, we were gonna put this like in this doorway. It doesn't work that way. Because the door handle bumped into it, so then the door couldn't close at all. So we were like, oh, okay. And if we weren't going to be moving, we would have just changed the door handle, but it's not worth it. That car got in with a bad crowd. Yeah. We're in like pretty okay distance of Sam's family where we're going, which is nice. They live a bit north of London in Bedfordshire. So, yeah, so we were looking around in that area to try and be close to them. And the house that we're moving into has a couple of rooms that already have like built-in desks in them. So we were like, holy shit. There's space for us to like there's offices, right? Which is amazing. So it'll be a nice and there's a backyard. So Clark can run around. She's got space to run. We've got places to work. Yeah. So we're excited. I'm in Bedfordshire, been here all my life. I still would love to do the mug giveaway stream. The like looking at the calendar, I'm going, I don't know when the fuck I would do that, but I still would love to do it. Yeah, so all of our stuff is going on a boat. We'll get it like mid-January maybe. So it's very affordable to do it that way, but it takes a really long time. So we shipped as little as possible because we're trying to downsize at the same time as the move, which is why, like, if you look around in here, it doesn't really look like we shipped anything. But everything that we want to ship has been shipped, and everything else will go into suitcases and come with us on the plane. And that's it. England is cool, but have you seen the $1 properties in Italy? Are they in the marsh? You're leaving a lot behind? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're giving a lot of stuff away to like local shelters. We're selling some stuff. Some of the things the owners want to just keep in the house. Great. Easy. So, yeah. That's honestly going to be a bigger job than the packing that we did because we didn't take that much stuff. The bigger job is going to be going through everything and being like, who wants this? Anybody? No? Great. We're donating it. What happens to your house? This house? We don't own this house. We can't afford a house in the Los Angeles area. not in a billy years. But well, maybe in a billy years. We've been renting this place, so we just leave. We say, hey, I'm leaving. In fact, we already have, hey, I'm leaving. And that's that. We're renting in the UK, too. How many suitcases do you need? Like 10? We have an old suitcase that Sam's parents gave us a while back. And then I bought, for the first time in like my entire life, I bought luggage. So we have a big suitcase that is all of Sam and my clothes. And then a medium suitcase that is all of Clark's stuff. And then if there's still room in there, overflow. And then there's a carry-on. And then I'm also taking a backpack with all of our like files and stuff in it. About Watson and Sherlock, they go on a plane and they come with us. Wow, that is downsizing. Yeah. I've been watching like a bunch of minimalist videos and shit. Oh my God, the stuff about Marie Kondo is cracking me up. People are like, she told everybody to get rid of stuff, and now she's starting a home decor line. What's up with that? I don't understand. She like, literally her whole thing is don't have stuff in your house that you don't love. That's like the whole thing, right? Have stuff in your house that you legitimately love and take good care of that stuff. And that's it. Everybody's like, how dare she? How dare she make things and sell them? That is the opposite of what she's telling everybody to do. And I'm like, it's not really. It's not. If you were to look at her stuff and say, wow, I love that. Great. Still in line with her whole thing. I think there's just a perception of what, and the only reason that I'm thinking about this is, again, because I've watched so many minimalism videos recently, literally just to help me get into the mindset of how to downsize, right? But like there's so many different ways to look at that concept. And I think for almost all of us, me included, for almost all of us, it was have only the necessities. That's what minimalism is. Get rid of everything except what is necessary, and that's it. Right? And that's not like, minimalism can be all kinds of things. It can be totally different for everybody. It's about like having a serene, simple place to live, right? So, like, I think Marie Kondo has always just been like a, you know, go through your stuff, see what you really love, and then take really good care of those things. And then you'll find that if your home only has things that you really love in it, that it's nicer to be at home, right? That your home doesn't stress you out as much. Like, I think that can be in line with a decor shop, personally. I can't live without my gaming PC. That's my minimalism. Like for Sam and my family, right? When I think about it, when I think about like what is like a more simple version of our lives, it's less paper clutter. I'm really bad about paper clutter. It's less paper clutter. It's less stuff that I don't ever use, right? I hold on to things that I don't use for years, and it doesn't make any sense. It's things in the house that either are useful or that like match the sort of comfy, cozy atmosphere that I love in my home. And like, I think that those are like the big things for me, right? If I really think about it, if I'm like, what do I want in my house? Less fucking paper everywhere. But who's rating me? Boone, thank you so much for Boone. Boone, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, guys. I've lived in my home for 10 years. I've accumulated so much stuff. I need a reboot. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm looking at this. I think it would be way harder if I didn't have a reason to leave. But because I do, I'm having to like really look at everything with scrutiny, right? There was a point, oh my God, at probably like 11 p.m. the night before everything was going to get picked up. I was walking around the kitchen because I was like, we should do a walkthrough. We knew that everything upstairs was done, right? Because that's just bedrooms, and bedrooms are mostly clothes. So I was like, let's do another walkthrough, specifically like in the garage. And we were kind of like walking through and making sure that we had grabbed everything, or that if we had forgotten anything, it was something we could replace and it's not that important. And I walked into the kitchen and I was like, oh no. He goes, what? I said, I forgot to pack my pigs. So I have these fucking metal pigs that I've taken with me into every single home I've lived in. And I always use them. They're either door props or they are bookshelf like bookends, right? I've used them in every single home I've ever been in outside of my parents' house. And I love them. And I hadn't packed either of them. And I was like, I didn't pack my pigs. I forgot about my pigs. And Sam was like, what's happening? They're this big. You're fine. On a lighter note, because that was very heavy and I'm sure everyone's upset. On a lighter note, I saw it looks like the same type of metal. I saw a big metal like planter pot that's just a pig sitting, and I was like, that could go in our front door. And everyone's like, no. They're cute. They're like this. So one of them is 3 pigs stacked on top of each other. It's like this big. And the other one is a little pig with wings, and it's this big. And I love them. I don't know why. I just love them. It was a harrowing story. I'm so sorry. I've upset everybody now. No one wants to be here. Raiders, I apologize. I didn't want you to come in and feel this atmosphere here. If you lived in England, you may have a brick house, so that's fitting, I guess. I just like pigs. I don't know what it is. Pigs are great. Can we see one, or are they packed? Yeah, let me go grab one. They're great. I love them. I don't know why. I was like, where are my pigs? He was like, your pigs that you had a meltdown about? So this is the one that's them stacked. I love it. I don't know why. I just think it's cute. I've had them for years. For like 15 years. I love them. I don't know why. Clark doesn't get it either. My nan had those. Aren't they cute? My pigs. I love them. She had lots of snacks. I love them. Wah! This item sparks joy. Yeah, look, yeah, the pig. That's a great example. My pigs are a great example of something that I've had forever, but I use it all the time, and it just makes me happy. Right? You could argue like, I don't need it, but it makes me really happy. Where did you get them? I don't even remember. This was like 15 years ago that I got these. I don't know. I want to be Dodger when I grow up. That's very sweet. I'll try to be the best version of myself. And pigs 100% are not making me happy right now. I'm in pig hell. Are you studying pigs right now? Is that why? What do you use them for again? That one we used to prop open one of the baby gates. So the baby gate that's in front of the stairs, it's just always right next to the stairs so that we can prop open the baby gate door with it. And Clark loves it, but it's really heavy, so I hide it behind the stroller because otherwise she'll try and play with it. And I'm like, if that falls on her foot, I'll feel very bad. It's really heavy. It's the year of the pig? Is it? Not anymore. Well, not anymore. It's about to not be the year of the pig. Oh, it will be the year of the pig. 2020 is the year of the pig? Fuck, now I'm all confused. I'm all confused. It's both. Amazing. Oh, yeah. Sam's really excited to be back in England. Does England have good internet? England has kind of sketchy internet. So we're doing our best because there's two of us and we both stream a lot and we need that to be stable. We're working with a provider to try and have like business internet at the house. So don't you have moving things to do? Like what? All my shit's on a boat now, man. This year was the year of the pig starting on January 25th. It will be the year of the rat. Okay. End of January 2020 will be year of the rat. Sick. Yeah, we have friends, like other streamers or YouTubers that live in England that have like two different ISPs, like that they can swap between. If one of them's fucking up, they can swap to a different one. We didn't want to bother with that. Like I'd rather just pay a little bit more. Not a little bit more. It is a decent amount to like have business internet. But we were like, if it works and it's stable, then it's worth it. To be able to do our job, it's worth it. Would you feel weirdly relieved if the ship with your stuff didn't make it? No, because we really did make sure to only take the things that we wanted to have with us. It's like books and my great grandmother's rocking chair and my like wooden hope chest and stuff like that. Like we didn't take that much. So I would honestly be sad if something happened to it. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, we're excited too. I moved to the UK in March. Are you digging it? And right, yes, my Bulmas, Sam's Artorias and Sif and all of that. Those are all on the ship. Hope chests are damn near sacred to the people I know who have them. I do love mine because it matches my mom's. So for any of you who don't know what a hope chest is, it's like the old concept of it was it when you as a girl turn like 16, you would get a hope chest, and the idea was you would fill it up with things to use for when you get married, right? So like plates and whatever else. The more modern concept of it is here's a chest, fill it up with things for when you leave, right? So for me, it was fill it up with things that you would want to take with you to college. So I did. And some people do it for, their kids regardless. And for some people, it's still just girls. But yeah, I got one. And my mom had one, or has one, and it's like super pretty and ornate, and it's like this really dark wood. And I told her I really wanted one like hers because I loved hers so much. And we searched forever and found one that was really, really similar, but with like a different design. So mine is like a lighter wood with boats on it, and it's beautiful, and I love it. So yeah, I mean, it currently on the ship is just filled with my child's toys, if I'm being totally honest. But I've loved having it because it feels like, again, I think doubly so because it looks so much like my mom's. It's just like this cool thing that my mom and I spent so long looking for together, and we have matching ones, and yeah. That's another thing. I would be really, really sad if something happened to that. Clark has no toys until it arrives. It's like her, like our big, like the big fox head. She loves that thing. I finally sewed it up and put all its brains back in there. And her little rocking chair that my parents got her and stuff like that. It's like bigger things. We went through her toys 3 times. So I would go through her toys, and the stuff that I know she loves, I buried at like the bottom of the basket. And then toys that she didn't really seem to play with ever, I like set out and kind of displayed so that she would see them. And if there were toys that she continued to just ignore, I was like, cool, we're getting rid of it. She doesn't give a shit about this toy. She doesn't care about it. Like, there's another kid out there who will play with this. So we did that a few times and pared her toys down. And it still felt like when we were packing everything up, I was still like, God, she has so many fucking toys. But oh, thank you, Surfcac. I'm glad that you're feeling better. Is the big boy fox on the boat? No, we couldn't find anything he would fit in. Sam was like, could we just buy another one? And I was like, I'm pretty sure there's only like 10 of them that were ever made. I'm pretty sure it would be difficult to get another one. He was like, maybe we can fit it in a suitcase. Like, oh yeah, we'll just fill a suitcase with the fox. You could always put it in a bag and vacuum it. That's true. I could get one of those. That's a great idea, actually. Empty the head and then put it in one of those vacuum bags. I should try that and see how small we can get it. That's actually a great idea. You take out, well, obviously, guys. Even with the stuffing out, there's still enough structure. Keep in mind, the head is like this big. There's still enough structure to all of it that it won't squish down that much. So I don't know. Oh, potato. Thank you. That's very sweet. Yeah, maybe we'll see if there's a way to ship it. I have to shut down my P.O. box anyway, so I can go there, grab anything that's left that's been sent, and then be like, how would you ship this? Can you ship this? How expensive would it be to ship this? The Doogs Goose Stream old man bit got me tilted. Me too. I'm still tilted about that. You never know. Remember how small the enormous beanbag chair you had was packed? Right. But again, the beanbag chair is literally a flat piece of fabric that you fill with stuff. This is a giant structured fox head that you then fill with stuffing. It's with a giant tail attached to it. Where is it? It's in the living room. Sometimes Clark tries to drag it up the stairs, and I'm like, honey, it doesn't fit up the stairs. Be like, come on, let's go get daddy. It's time for mommy to do her stream. And she'll like grab the tail and try to just like drag it. I'm like, honey, no. Are you excited to try cooking anything new once you're across the pond? Well, I have to get much better at my Mexican cooking because Lord knows I'm not getting any of that in England. So that's a thing that I have to do. Grendel, happy 3 years. Thank you very much, dude. Yeah. Lots of curry though. It's true. Really good Indian curry. I've never had Indian curry here that has been as good as the curry that I've had in England. I daydream about, like, there's a veggie curry that I got during a CoxCon one year, and I've never had a veggie curry that was that incredible ever again. Unreal. I miss Dodger's D&D character. Which one? The VR stream the other day was amazing. Lots of laughing. I'm so glad. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Have you had Ethiopian food? Yeah, we used to live next to Little Ethiopia in Los Angeles, actually. It was like right down the street from us. Tons of Ethiopian restaurants. Breakdown, obviously. Breakdown is good. Would you consider doing more VR? 100%. I had so much fun. I didn't expect to have as much fun as I did. The only thing that's like weird for me is that I can't see chat. I don't like that. I don't like that I can't see chat. That's really, really difficult for me. But I was talking with my mom about it, and she was like, God, I've just always... BioWrath, holy shit. Thank you so much for all the gifted subs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, if you were gifted a sub by BioWrath, there should be a pop-up in your chat or it'll show up in your notifications. Be sure to say thank you because that was very generous. Thank you, guys. Yeah, my mom was saying that she has always wanted to do VR, and the system that they sent me, the Rift S, is literally just like plug and play. So I was like, oh my God, mommy, I'm bringing it. I'm bringing it. You're going to do VR because it was so fun. Oblivious to Me, thank you very much for gifting subs. Welcome, everybody. Be sure to thank Oblivious to Me if you were just gifted a sub. Thank you guys so, so much. Juliet is who you miss. She was pretty cool. She got like super pregnant. It was not cute. Yeah, I've seen that before. I know both Sam and Whoops have used an extension that has chat like pop up when they would like turn their hand over, kind of a thing, I think. Has moving to the UK been a new thing, or is it something that's been in the works for a long time? Long time. Long time. We've talked about doing it for a long time, and the process for me to like go over there has taken a long time. Yeah. What is that sound? Weird sound out there. Yeah, we'll just bring our laptop. Our laptop is a gaming laptop, so it's fine. Arnar, thank you for gifting a sub to Midwinter Lily. Welcome back, Lily. I also thought that when they said, is anyone else freezing? I also thought that they meant like temperature wise. And I was like, I mean, some people watching are probably very cold. Yes. Remember to get medical insurance. I literally can't apply for a visa without paying dues to the NHS ahead of time. So we good. Yeah. Obviously, they're like, if we reject you, we'll give the money back. But you have to, like, show them that you have intent to pay toward the NHS. You need to play more D&D. I mean, I've been playing a game off camera for quite a few months now. Although our final game for that campaign will be on Monday. Can you explain Death Stranding to us? I haven't touched it, so no. I can do the like, my mom doesn't know what Death Stranding is, but tries to explain Death Stranding. Here's what I think Death Stranding is about, right? We're Norman, and we're a delivery man. And in order for us to make these deliveries, we need a baby attached to us because the baby sees, I don't know, sees dead people. And the baby tells us, hey, there's dead people. You got avoid the dead people. And then there's a mini game where you avoid dead people. And then you make your deliveries. Is that the game? Pretty much. And then Mads Mikkelsen shows up at some point and goes, shh. That's all I know. At some point, he's like, shh. Maybe he's one of the dead people. The baby's like, Mads Mikkelsen is right there. And then as Norman Reedus, you have to avoid Mads Mikkelsen or he'll eat you. Shh. She's just spoiling it now. I have not watched anyone play this game. I don't know anything about this game. You know what honestly is the most off-putting thing for me about Death Stranding? That so many people who have played it are like, I really enjoyed Death Stranding. I still don't know what it was or what it was about. I'm like, I hate that. I hate that. Or no, what's worse is I really enjoyed Death Stranding, but I acknowledge that it's not for most people. That's not fucking helpful for me. Wow, Death Stranding was a really unique experience. That's not for everybody. Cool, thank you for that. That tells me a lot. Cool, love it. What's your character in your current D&D campaign like? Oh gosh, she's a hobgoblin. She's a hobgoblin fighter named Wazy, and she's like a solo mercenary hobgoblin, which is kind of rare because hobgoblins are really militant like group fighters, right? But the world that Brett made is like split up into Radiant and Void. So people can be born totally normal, or they can be born Radiant touched or Void touched. And hobgoblins in general are drawn toward the Void, but my character was born Radiant, and so she left. And so she's just kind of like was raised as a hobgoblin, so she doesn't really know how to be tactful about anything. She's just really upfront and blunt, like overly blunt about shit. And we keep getting wrapped up into political stuff where, you know, it's kind of, you want to be careful about what you say. And we have any of you who know Joe Fudge, Joe's character Sterling is like the like golden tongued bard character, right? So he's normally the one who speaks for us. And every now and then Wazy's just like, what the fuck? This guy sucks. And everyone's like, Wazy. But something happened that made a few of us like rapidly age. And hobgoblins only generally live to be about 60 years old. So hilariously, the three of us that aged, we all aged around 20 years. Sterling is a human, Wazy is a hobgoblin, and then the other one, Datus, is a half elf. So we all started off around the same age and then aged the same amount. Datus looks exactly the same because elves. Sterling is just kind of like a little salt and peppery, right? Wazy is a fucking old woman now. Like an old woman. She's had a fucking heart attack. She had to do a con save at one point. She like got really, really beaten down in a fight. And Brett had me do a con save and I rolled a 1. So she lost 15 hit points. Like 15 permanent hit points were just gone. I was like, fuck. So yeah, I was gonna retire her and have like a new character, but then Brett was like, well, we're only doing like 2 more sessions anyway, and then the entire like the whole campaign is done. So so she's just crushing it. Hilariously, she like by chance wound up with a shield that is basically negating all of the damage. Like the last 2 fights that she's been in, she has taken no damage at all. She's just like this fucking old woman that, like, anytime I roll badly, I say that she's dropped her weapon. She's just like, oh, shit. But, like, nothing's hitting her. It's amazing. It's great. So I'm like, yo, as long as if we can do this last session well and everything's fine and Wazy gets to just, like, retire or whatever, I'll be so happy. If Wazy dies in battle, she'll be happy, but I'll be happy knowing that she just, like, is a marm somewhere yelling at people. What level is she? We all just leveled to 10. So we're max level currently. She takes no damage. She has a weapon that if she succeeds, it's like the battle axe of sharpening or something. If she succeeds, she just does max damage without having to roll it. It's fucking wild. She's like so OP, but she's fucking old. She's so old, and she's just like, come here, you whippersnapper. It just dies. It's amazing. 1 session away from retirement. Exactly. This is the last job. This is the last job. She's really fun. I love her. I'm glad that I'm getting to play her through the entire thing, even though she's like about to die. I discovered Twitch because of you. Oh, NYC. I hope it's been a good discovery. What's the campaign about? Basically, like, the first season, so we did 2 seasons, and now we're doing, like, the epilogue final battle, basically. The first season was, it's 2 groups, right? So Sam's in one group, I'm in another group. It's two groups that are all in the same world. So, like, things that we do might affect one another. But we play on different days, and we don't know what's happening in the other group. Sam and I, whenever we talk about our games, like, try to be kind of vague so that we don't metagame. But yeah, so the first season was that there was a concentration of void energy that we had to deal with. And basically we found out that someone was trying to summon what was called a void star, which is just like a like a really strong void being. And so we were told, you have to kill it, basically. This is like paring down a lot of shit, but we were told you have to kill it. Both of our groups wound up at the site at the same time. So the final session of season 1 was both groups together. It was an absolute shit show, but it was it was all of us together, and we all fought the void star. The void star wound up being a completely different thing than we expected. It was actually a person that we knew the entire season. It was someone that we knew who, like, used an item to basically summon the void star into his own body. And so we killed him. What we didn't realize, and what no one told us on purpose, was that when a star dies, in like a radius of that happening, everyone around who is touched by that energy will, like, suffer somehow. So we destroyed the void star, right? And then everybody in both teams who was void touched had to suddenly roll a check, had to roll a constitution check. And depending on what they got, they either just died. Did not happen, thank goodness. They either just died, they lost their void power altogether, or they took some kind of like a detriment. And so we were told upon leaving that people who were void touched all over the continent had died. And we were like, holy shit. So then season 2 starts, and it's like, it's been like 4 or 5 months, something like that. And so depending on who we are, either we were Sterling and drinking ourselves to death because he couldn't handle the fact that he was involved in something that killed so many people, or you were just dungeon diving and trying to get a bunch of loot. It really just depends. So yeah, season 2 wound up being that for the most part, everybody's just kind of like doing their own thing, right? So like, we don't know what the other group's been doing. Again, I have no idea. But our group, it was like, I got a message from somebody in their group that I'm very close with, Benji's character. I got a message from them that made me go, I need to go to this place where Doki is, where Benji is. And so everybody was like, sure, we'll come with you, right? And so it was just kind of us like chasing Doki, basically. I kept like finding new information. I started hearing him in my head sometimes. And I'm like, what is going on? And it led us to a city where we were contracted by a church to deal with a void leak that was happening in the exact same place where we killed the void star. So it was basically like, there's essentially like where you killed it, there's a rip, right? And there's just void energy pouring out. The dragons have been trying to start a war, and the leader of the dragons, the queen, is planning on going there. By our information, the leader of the dragons is planning on going there and using that void energy to become like a powerful void dragon. So we have to plug it up, basically. And we want you guys to do that because you've already been out there. What we didn't realize was that plugging up the hole, any of us who were there, like any of us who were involved in destroying the void star, plugging up the hole was going to use our life energy to do it. And that's why we suddenly got super old. So there was like a huge fight going on, and at the same time a ritual was happening to try and plug up the hole. It was like a absolute mess. And by the time it was done, we like looked around at each other, and Datus was like, got a little bit of a headache. And meanwhile, I'm just like, I need a cane. I'm old. So yeah, so we went back to the city. We were like, we did what you asked. You owe us, right? And so the Pope, the High Pope of the church, gave us all kinds of stuff. We have like a keep that we got to build. We like got a bunch of money, all kinds of stuff. So we were like, all right, we're just gonna chill now. But they kept pushing it, specifically Datus, kept being like, I mean, that was pretty rough. I think we should get some more money out of that. Like, Wazy's about to fucking die. Like, I think we should get more. I think we should get more. I think we should get more, right? Just kept pushing it. And the High Pope said, you know what? Sure, I'll give you literally anything that you're asking for right now, but I am going to need a favor at some point. So I just need you guys to agree to do a favor for me in the future. And all of these things that you're asking for, you can have, and you can live peacefully until that time comes. And we were like, okay. And it was maybe a couple of in-game months later that the High Pope was like, hey guys, I need you. We were like, fuck. And that's where we're at now. Where we were basically sent to deal with another void star. And we were like, dealing with the last one nearly killed us, right? And we had double the people. You want us to go and take care of a void star by ourselves? That's really fucked up. Like, nobody's gonna come with us. And he was like, well, you have to go into like one of those rips. You have to like go in there and deal with it. Fuck, fine. So that's basically what's happening now. Why would you send a bunch of retirees to deal with your worst nightmare? The idea is that because we've like just settled in it so many times because we've been around that like really intense void energy so many times. It doesn't affect us anymore. It did in the first fight, in the Void Star fight. We all had like a detriment, but it doesn't affect us anymore. So he was like, you guys know what you're getting into. You've fought one before, and you're not gonna, be vomiting from void energy the whole time. We're like, great. Now I'm curious what happened to Sam's group. Sam was like, we keep saying we have no idea what the fuck you guys have been up to because it feels like we've done absolutely everything. And I was like, that's funny. We also literally have no idea what you guys have been doing. So yeah. Is void energy something Brett came up with? I mean, it's the classic light versus dark thing, right? There's strong light energy, there's strong dark energy. And we've learned from the Pope that he's like been setting all of these wheels in motion to try and create a situation where there is no more void and there is no more radiant. That both are completely destroyed so that it can be an age of man. That like we don't have these two strong like godly beings affecting everything. And like instead people can just be people and there won't be radiant touched and there won't be void touched. So we'll see. Hi Joe. Yeah, people were just asking like what the campaign was, so I told them. Yeah, Joe is the bard boy. The salt and pepper bard boy. Monday should be interesting for you guys. Yeah. The other group's last game was on Friday. And Sam came into... Because when they were done, Sam came upstairs to say goodnight to Clark. And I was like, how was your session? And he was like, I can't tell you. That's all he said. And I was like, okay. All right. Because again, remember, we're all in the same world and we like affect each other's games. We're like, good. Cool. Basically, if they screw up, the world ends, even if we do well. Yeah. Yeah. Is there a class that you want to try? Fuck, what was the name of... Joe, what was the name of the class that my new character was going to be if I swapped? Artificer, that's what it was. It sounded really fun. There's a subclass where you basically just make potions. You're basically just a scientist. I was like, that sounds fun. Yeah, so that'll be the end of that game. And then I know Brett is doing another streamed game. And I think Joe is planning a streamed game. But we're still talking about doing another campaign offline. It's been nice. I would love to do an offline Fate game. I would love to try running a Fate game. I think that would be so fun. I don't know what it would be yet, but any plans on doing another one shot with Angie? Yeah, I would love to. She's just super busy, and I am too while I'm like trying to pack and everything. So, because at the time that we did the last one, she was like between jobs, and so she's got a new job, and she's also like going to all kinds of cons and things. So. I'm not making an artificer. This game is ending. But I was thinking about making an artificer. Yeah, Jesse's played the Divinity board game. He said it's awesome. It literally just feels like you're playing Divinity. I want to play it so bad. I need that board game so bad, right? God, it looks so fun. Yeah. He said it's a blast. I'm so excited. I'm going to get Sam's whole family into board games. I've decided. I've decided they're all going to love board games. At the very least, I can say like, hey, we're playing such and such at my house if anybody wants to come by. And hopefully somebody will take the bait. Nerd the fam. I'm trying. I'm desperately trying. Look, I've already told you guys, my dream is for all of the little cousins to all come over for D&D sessions at our house. I think that would be so fun. I would love to run a campaign for a bunch of little kids. Fuck, it would be great. And chat has given me good ideas, like don't let any of the kids die. They'll be really sad. So, good points, good tips. I think it would be so fun. The only issue is that they're such varied ages, right? Like Charlie is going to be turning 7, but River isn't even a year old yet, so. Let them die. They have to learn. I think it should be more about the adventure than about mortality. For little kids, it should be about expressing to them, like, what do you want to do? What adventure do you want to go on? Let's do it. It'll be fun. Oh, you could give them classes based on their age. That way little ones can just be a dumb barbarian. That's actually not a bad idea. It'd be super straightforward. And I know that people have developed like tabletop stuff for younger kids, or like systems that work better with younger kids, so it's kind of like, Adam goes into his games that way, right? Every game that I've ever played with Adam as DM, it's not that you feel like you're invincible, but you definitely feel like he is prioritizing telling a good story over like the mechanics necessarily, right? Like he's very much all about rule of cool and all about like tell me how that happens, that sort of stuff. And I love that. Isn't Wizards releasing source books for like kids now? I have they sent me copies actually, which was awesome. They sent me copies of like the junior D&D books. And they're pretty cool. They're just more simplistic, everything is like simplified. If I had them, I would show it to you, but I packed them. So that also makes a lot of sense. Cyriful said, also by taking mortality out of it, you can tone down the inevitable backstabbing. The more choice you give them to take frustration out on one another in the game, the more likely it is to happen in that age range. That, I think, is apt. Absolutely. I think that if kids know that they can, like, hurt one another in the game when they're frustrated, they'll do it. Yeah. Okay. So I was thinking the same thing. I think it would be really fun to have sort of I don't want to keep using the word straightforward, but just more of like a simple story, If you could come up with like a really simple, basically the concept of like a one shot for adults, but have it sort of spread out over a couple of sessions for kids. Have it be like, this is what you're supposed to do. go play. Right? I'm picturing the scene from Stranger Things when they're in the basement playing D&D. Yeah, you know what I do love about that in Stranger Things is that it's really obvious that one of them was like, I'm going to figure out how to be a DM so we can play. I'm going to just figure it out and we're going to play D&D together. I love that. Yeah, so there's a game for little kids where you're literally, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a Japanese themed game where all of the players are like animal spirits, and your goal in the game is to like help people in the town. So all of your quests are like non-violent quests. They're just, this person needs this. And then all of the players as like little animal spirits try to figure out like how to help that person. I think that's really cute. Yeah, I don't remember the name either, but Adam showed it to me. Adam would remember for sure. I have seen Humblewood. I haven't really looked into it though. It's Death Stranding. I wonder if there's one's based on the Kids Next Door cartoon series. Where it's like a bunch of kids who are like secret agents. That could be really fun too. And they all get numbers. Fuck, that would actually be really funny. All right. We've got lots of good ideas. We're brewing lots of good stuff here. Is it Golden Sky Stories? Maybe? Hold on. Let's see. Oh. Golden Sky Stories. It might be this. Yeah. Hold on. Let's see. Nonviolent role-playing game takes place in a small town in rural Japan. Players take on the role of henge, animals with a magical power, including the ability to temporarily take a human form. They don't fight battles or unearth valuable treasures. Golden Sky Stories adventures are all about helping others and becoming friends. Adorable! That is the exact game. Yes, Golden Sky Stories. It sounds really cute. I don't think Charlie would be into that unless I was like, unless you convinced him to be like the big bro of the group. Because he basically would be. He's so much older than the rest of them. I sent Honey Heist to Krendor a while back. I was like, apparently this is amazing. There's also a British expansion called Fairy Skies. Fairy Skies. An alternate setting for Golden Sky Stories moves the action to a small town in England where there are fairies. Introduces 6 different types of fae. Oh my god. You find characters for your stories, people with connections to the fae, animals of Britain, creatures of fae, and the old gods. What amazing. All you need are a few friends, pencils, paper, and tokens to represent your dreams. Fuck. That's really cute. That's really cute. We all know that the Fae actually just want to enjoy watching us die. But, you know, not in this world, okay? TG Newman, I am a firm believer that talking about what's going on in your head and in your heart can absolutely save your life. I think it can do incredible things for you. And it's not going to be, if you're not the sort of person that opens up easily, it's going to take a while. But I think that even starting the process can do wonders for you mentally. So yeah. You know, I think the things that everybody says that are totally valid is if you try talking to somebody and it doesn't feel right, it's okay to try talking to somebody else. Yeah. I believe in you. You've got this. I know times can be rough. Life can be super hard. But if you're feeling like you would benefit from talking to somebody, then you should go for it. Absolutely. But Faye are bae. Backtracking a little bit. Faye are bae. Yeah, look at all this. Everybody's supporting you. You got all of us behind you. You need to watch Fleabag. I tried watching Fleabag. It's rough, man. Fleabag is not... I don't do well with like moments that make me feel secondhand embarrassment. I felt a lot of secondhand embarrassment watching Fleabag, so I didn't even get through it. Isn't all British humor secondhand embarrassment? They love that shit. What is that all about? They love that shit. I can't do it. There's like strong Schadenfreude feelings in England. Everybody just wants to watch everybody else suffer. I don't get it. I can't do it. I've been on the couch too long. Tell me to get moving, please. Get up, stretch a little bit. Maybe once you're up and stretching, you'll feel like, all right, let me go do something. First steps. Continuing that thought process, guys. First step is legitimately a really important part of the whole thing. If you're like, I really need to do something, get up, stretch a bit, drink a little water, and then maybe you'll be like, yeah, I can do a thing. Yeah, I can do a thing. And if you can't stand, just stretching, right? Stretching always makes me feel better. How often do you and Sam tend to eat fish? We don't eat fish that often, but I actually like fish a lot. But you have to do the shoulder thing. Do some of this. If you are physically able, do a little bit of these. And forward. Do some of this. Be gentle with your neck, though. Be gentle with your neck. Your neck is an important bit. It's all important bits. It's hard to get good, varied fish over here. I was spoiled in Portugal. Yeah, I feel like fish isn't really Considering that we're on the water, fish isn't really a focus here. I'm liking this live stretching follow along. If I ever did dance streams, there would be a let's all warm up section. Because Lord knows, I don't want to pull nothing. Dance streams. Yeah, I would love to do a dance stream. I love watching like Lil Sia and them do Just Dance stuff. It always makes me go, God, I want to do that. That sounds so fun. If you want to watch, you have to warm up. I don't think we can enforce that. I don't think that's a thing we can enforce here, but I do believe in it. They'll all be claimed because of the music. Yeah, 100%. I wouldn't. Those are the sort of VODs that I would put up and be like, whoever wants to try and claim money on this video, go for it. Who cares about YouTube nowadays? It's funny. I've been watching so much YouTube lately. Like a ton of YouTube. I've like vastly preferred watching YouTube videos to watching streams recently. And it does make me go, man, I wish I was still making videos. But then I have to remind myself, if I'm making videos, I have to edit them. And I hate editing. And to do something that I hate and then not wind up getting anything out of it. like money-wise, it sucks to say that, but like, if I'm not getting anything out of it, there's no point. I can enjoy YouTube and enjoy the people who like are good at editing or whatever, and acknowledge that I'm just not a very good YouTuber. Like the elements of making a YouTube video are not super fun to me. I like the final product, and I like recording the video. I like being in the video. I don't like editing. I don't know how to properly set up cameras or audio. I don't know how to, like, all of that other stuff is not interesting to me. How did you survive editing for so long? That's why so many videos were so late all the time. It's because I would be editing them and being like, this sucks. This really sucks. I hate this. And then another part of my brain would go, it's your job, so fucking suck it up and do it. But it would take me so long because I was like, this isn't good. This isn't good. I'm not a good editor. And then my editing would get more and more simplistic. And then I'd be like, my videos are awful because I'm not putting enough work into the editing. It was a lot of, a lot of like self-hatred came from the process of making YouTube videos. And I think in general, streaming, I do a lot less of that. There's a lot less of me being like, you suck at this, to myself, right? I'm much more positive toward myself when it comes to streaming. I think because I get that like instant feedback with you guys, I feel like way closer with my community now. I'm not doing things that I am consistently reminding myself that I'm terrible at or don't enjoy. You know, was it never financially viable to hire an editor? No. I had editors do Swords and Stitches for a while. Every single one of those videos I lost a ton of money on. The Welcome to the Fandoms that I had editors do, lost money on those videos. I was always in the red on every video that I tried to hire an editor for because I just never made enough money off of the video to cover the cost. So that's how it goes. That's how it is, unfortunately. But I love streaming. I really love it. Like half the time Even if I'm not having a very good day, if I'm like not in a great headspace, sometimes I'll cancel a stream because of that. But for the most part, if I just do the stream, I'm in a way better mood once I'm streaming. Yeah, it just makes me a lot happier. Streaming is really, really fun for me. You don't have friends who are good at editing? Of course I do. But I'm not going to be that person who's like, we're friends, so cut me a deal. I want anybody that I hire to do a thing, regardless of if they're my friend or not, I always ask them, like, what is your rate? You know, what would, if I was anybody else, what would you charge me? Because you are doing a service. You got to make money too. So what's your rate? You know, I always, if I need somebody to help me out for something, I'll always pay them what they've asked for. But yeah, sometimes that means that I just can't afford it. In which case I'll say, like, you know, it's not going to work out for me. But yeah, like Erin, Happily Erin, she did a couple of Welcome to the Fandoms. She did, yeah, she's done a decent amount of editing for me. And she's good at it, and she's lovely. I just couldn't afford to consistently do it, unfortunately. But I was happy to pay her to do some stuff. Is that a cat in the cat tree? It is. That's a flat Watson right there. Watson. She's like, fuck off, I'm sleeping. Sherlock is literally like right off camera right here. He is also sleeping. How's Erin holding up with her book and stuff? Man, the process of making a book, I mean, I knew that there were rewrites, but I didn't know how much goes into it. Because I talk to her all the time, you know, so she'll tell me what's going on with the novel and with the rewrites and all of that stuff. And man, she's such a trooper. When she gets feedback, she's like, okay, all right. Yeah, she's writing a novel. Very proud of her. I'm getting a second cat tomorrow, hopefully. Oh, I'm praying the new girl will get along with my cat. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. It'll be great. It'll be so fun. They'll have someone to play with, or at the very least, they'll have someone to like engage with. Even if they're like, I don't know how I feel about you yet. It'll still be like, you know. Anyone do NaNoWriMo this year? Oh my God, I totally forgot about NaNoWriMo. Nope. Let me just shit out a book super fast. That was my main reason I want my cat to have a friend. Yeah, I mean, Watson just like appeared in my life, you know, like Sherlock has always been a great cat. I kept being like, oh, wouldn't it be so fun, since he's like a big black cat, wouldn't it be so fun if I found a white cat and adopted it and called it Watson, and then they could be best buds. And then she was just in the bushes outside of our work and needed a home. It was amazing. Your life is a fairy tale. There are some elements of it where I have to, on the daily, remind myself, like, man, I've got a lot of really lovely things going on in my life. Got an adorable, wonderful, smart, kind child. I've got a husband who's very supportive. I've got 2 kitties that get along sometimes. So yeah. I always try to take a moment and remind myself of all the good stuff that's going on. We can all get wrapped up in like regardless of how many good things are going on, we can always get wrapped up in the bad stuff. With like all of the pieces, all of the parts that are moving for this move, I've had a couple of days where I'm just like so anxious. Just like, I hope everything goes good. I hope everything's fine. Everything's gonna be fine. What could possibly go wrong? It's fine. We're good. It's fine. Is there somewhere where I can see who gifted me a sub? In the top right, there's like a bell. That's like your notification list. And it'll say if someone gifted you a sub up there. Boop, boop. And then, no, my pigs. Yeah, that was literally the byproduct of me being like, was me seeing the pig in the kitchen and going, my pigs! And Sam going, then pack the pig. What's happening? I feel like I missed something. I have metal pigs that I forgot to pack and I was freaking out about it. And Sam was like, then fucking pack the pigs. What's happening to you? I'm listening to your video when you adopted Watson. You sound so different. I sound different? Interesting. Do I sound younger? Probably because of the audio. Maybe. Could be because of the audio. Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a reason why it's recommended to people all the time to, like, if you keep a planner or something, to every day take a second and write, like, I'm thankful for this, or I'm happy about this, right? To even take, like, a split second to think about something that's positive can be a little bit helpful. It's why they always say that other thing that I think sometimes sounds really silly to us, but the other thing of, like, look in the mirror and say something nice about yourself, right? Those sorts of things, they can have a positive effect, even if it's small. You have a put together mom voice now. Good. I'm about to have mom hair too. Fuck, I'm so excited. I can't wait to cut my hair, guys. Shit. I can't wait. Then my mom powers will truly activate. I'm cutting my hair. I'm cutting my hair on Monday. I'm so excited. And I'm terrified that I'm going to get this haircut and then be like, wow, I hate this. But I got to go for it because I've been thinking about doing it for so long. And Sam was finally like, just do it. Just get your fucking haircut. Just do it. Just do it. I was like, fine, I will. Fuck. I know. And then my mom powers will, like, actualize. Sarah's getting blue hair soon. Oh, that'll be fun. It all grows. Hair, I mean, not for everybody. I'm so sorry for anybody who's about to be like, not for me, you dickhead. But hair, generally, if you have it, hair grows back. So that's nice. Get a mohawk. I had like a faux hawk when I was in college for a little while. I don't think I have any pictures of it really though, but it was not cute. It was not a cute look on me. Sometimes Sam will look at pictures of me in like high school and college and be like, you tried a lot of stuff. I sure did. Tried all kinds of shit. But that's one of the reasons why when I look back at pictures of my hair when it was short, that's one of the reasons why I am nervous to cut my hair again. Because in a lot of those pictures, I don't really like my hair that much. But I do think that if I knew what to do with it, I think I would really like to have shorter hair again. So, hair grows back. Tell that to my bald patch. There you go. See, I knew at least one would be in there. Are you donating your hair? My hair is really damaged. I don't think it's long enough to donate either. With as much as I'm cutting off, I don't think that it's enough, but yeah, this is Watson. She's Bush Cat. That's what a lot of people still call her from the office. Bush Cat. Watson. Hi. Can you say hi? There we go. Hi, sweet girl. Are you having a good day? Really? Just had a big snooze? What are you going to do now? You're not sure? That's okay. You don't have to figure it out now. You're a cat. You don't have, like, a job. She's like, that's right, I don't. Is that the empty pizza box from yesterday? Sure is. Yeah, my hair, like, I do the like ratty bun things so often. The ends are just fucked. And it's also been bleached, right? And the bleaching is nice because it does make my hair thicker and I have thin hair. But I think that like literally my hair feels nice, and then it starts to feel crackly and now it's full crackle. Right? It can feel it. It's like, it's fine. It's not as fine. It's bad. Bleaching makes your hair thicker? Yeah. Yes. Because of the damage. The damage makes it thicker. Watson talking back is the cutest thing. She's pretty cute. She's very chatty and I love it. Yeah, I didn't use conditioner until I grew up with really hard water. Like we have really hard water, the sort of water where it doesn't take very long for everything to turn orange, right? There's rust and all kinds of other minerals in the water. And I never used conditioner growing up, like at all. And when I first did, I was like, whoa. Whoa, this is a huge difference. Hard water is like a lot of minerals are in the water. Yeah. Hard water will hold a knife to you. How do you tell how many minerals are in your water? I mean, you can do tests. You can do tests on your water. There are like entire systems in some houses now that will like soften your water. It'll like make your water softer, which is interesting, but yeah, if you use like a pH strip on our water, it'll look very different from say like filtered water or bottled water, right? The harder your water, the more it yells at you. I love that gravel water. I grew up in Ohio and we had water softener my whole life. Interesting. Yeah, no. We have a well in our house in Oregon. So we use well water and it is rusty. So like the upstairs bathroom, we like redid the whole thing when I was a kid, and I was told that only guests were allowed to use that bathroom because it was white. And my dad was like, we cannot consistently do anything in this bathroom. It is for guests only, because if we do, it will turn orange. So I showered in my parents' shower my entire life, basically. And it tastes different too, obviously, because there's like all kinds of stuff in it. It's not bad for you. It just tastes really different. And some people taste the water and are like, and some people like it. I grew up on it, so I don't mind it, but it definitely tastes different from like bottled water or filtered water, you know? If you go to any of you who have ever been to the Oregon Shakespeare Festival in Ashland, if any of you ever go to Ashland, their like claim to fame is their like sulfuric water. So the whole town like naturally has sulfur water. So they've got little water fountains. They'll be like, taste the Ashland water. And it straight up is egg water. It's good stuff. My uncle can't drink bottled water. He's so used to hard water. Yeah, everybody has their preferences, right? I think anybody who like grew up on only filtered water would probably find well water or hard water really disgusting. I was so weirded out that you guys have demineralized water on sale. In Portugal, if you ask for water, it's going to be mineral water. And all spring sources will taste different. Yeah, isn't that weird? We try to make everything taste the same, basically. People still have preferences on their bottled water, but... I always ask for tap water. If I go somewhere and I ask for water, I'll specify tap water most of the time, because I don't know, most, especially in like a place like Los Angeles, I can't really tell the difference. It tastes fine. Yeah, we also don't have a like a sparkling or carbonated water culture here, really. Like the when you go to Europe, the with gas or without gas sort of thing with water, that's a non-thing here. No one wants sparkling water unless they like absolutely specify it. I don't trust tap water. Oh, I like tap water. Um my dad, when he first stopped drinking when I was a kid, he tried to replace it with like seltzer water, basically. So he drank like sparkling water, seltzer water, like all sorts of variations that way. He drank those for a really long time. So it was around our house, but I've never liked it. Isn't LaCroix flavored sparkling water? Yeah, and I don't like it. Did he like it, or he just drank it as a habit? He was replacing it, so he wanted something that was carbonated, but he didn't, obviously didn't want it to be beer anymore. So he kind of got attached to like sparkling waters, and he still really likes sparkling waters. But now, right, like he's gone through some like bad times and good times and bad times and good times, as a lot of people who struggle with addictions do. But he's been clean for years and years now, like I want to say 10 plus years. So yay, daddy. But yeah, now it's coffee. Coffee was his like beer replacement now, where I've told you guys this a million times, but he literally has been trying to make like the perfect vanilla latte. Like when I was a kid, he was obsessed with making the perfect enchilada sauce. He gets this way. It all feels like it's connected. It's the same like kind of brain elements, right? Where it's like I'm like obsessing over this thing, right? It feels very attached to like the sort of thing that makes it easy for him to get addicted to stuff. But obviously that is also attached to like all kinds of other things. But yeah, so like when I was a kid, he wanted to make the perfect enchilada sauce, and now he wants to make the perfect vanilla latte. But he's been told, well, you're older now, you shouldn't have, you shouldn't be eating as much like fatty stuff and blah, blah, blah. So he's like, okay, can I make the perfect vanilla latte, but with almond milk, right? So it's like he's constantly doing that sort of stuff. He has an addictive personality, yeah, for sure. But, it's that part of him that made it so that he just really focused completely and figured out everything there is to know about how to fix cars. And he knows everything about how to do plumbing and like all of these other things, right? Like if he really wants to know how to do it, he will figure out how to do it. And he knows how to do everything. Like it's crazy. He knows how to do so many things. There's positives and negatives to all aspects of our personalities. It's just like trying to help the positive side of it flourish a bit more, Yeah. I have the issue where I get really excited about doing a thing and I get halfway through it and then I lose steam and I'm like, maybe this is a terrible idea. Maybe this is bad. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Which is why when we were talking about books before, I was like, I feel like it would be easier for me to finish books if I forced myself to finish some books, right? And that's when everybody was recommending like shorter young adult novels and saying, try to just get through a couple of these and like get into the habit of starting a book and actually finishing it, right? I feel the same way about projects. If I could pick a project and say, I'm going to start this and I'm also going to finish it. It's one of the reasons that I'm really excited to make Clark's bed frame when we move. Because Sam's dad is more like my dad, where he'll say, okay, we're doing this project and we're finishing it, right? So I think if I have somebody there who's like, we're doing this project together and it's going to get done, that'll be really positive for me. So we'll see. We'll see. All of us are just on this crazy train called life, just trying to be better versions of ourselves all the time. I read to Clark all the time. Yeah, she loves it. Even if she doesn't want to like look at it, she likes us reading to her, I think. So yeah. So I don't force her to like sit in my lap and be there while we're reading. She can walk around and do stuff, but you can tell that she is interested because she'll keep like coming over and like glancing inside and like looking at you, and it's fun. All right. I think I'm going to call it there for today, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Yay! I appreciate all the support, all of the patience while things have been like kind of jumbly and weird during us like figuring out the move and everything. So you guys have been really supportive and really wonderful. Thank you very, very much. Let's see. Who's streaming right now? And also, let's pop open our... Oh, no, I want to leave those open. Let's pop open our list of new subs, resubs, gifted subs. I know a lot of subs were gifted today, so thank you so much to all of the people who gifted subs. I'm going to read all of those off again. If you hear your name and you didn't realize you were gifted a sub, take the time to say thank you. All right. Here we go, baby. Arnar gifted a sub to Orsalmonen. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Edward McDougall gifted a sub to Bluish. Welcome back to the Katogangu. Thank you, Edward. Avi gifted a sub to Pastel Witch. Welcome back to the Katogangu. Mordock, thank you so much for the biddies. Arnar gifted a sub to Anime Hero. Welcome back. Lando Bob, thank you very much for subscribing. I don't know why I keep like having trouble figuring out where to look. That's so weird. I keep like going to look up into the camera and then like overshooting it. Lando Bob and Blackie TV, both of you, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you very much. Boone, thank you again for the raid. Angie, thank you for gifting a sub to Serpkak. Welcome back to the Katogangu. Thank you, Angie. Zen Monkey, thank you for the 22. Grumpy Grendel, thank you again for the 3 years. Happy anniversary. Mingarm, thank you for the 4. Swarm of Ferrets for the 21. Wiz King for the 38. And this huge gift bomb from BioWrath. Thank you again. They gifted subs to the Rex Morgan Gaming Experiences, Zippo the Mage, Iridium Knight, Aquarius Panda, Shiggity, Nuinivik. I'm so sorry. I can never say your name right. Kagato, MF Moleman, Don Cafe, Captain Kit, True Reaction, Are Those My Pants, Red Lips, Blue Veins, The Fool, 123, I Am Sorin, Mr. Nesser, Unbuff Boy, Lastadulk, and Soul Bleeder. All of you, welcome and welcome back. Lots of new subs in there, so thank you very, very much, BioWrath. Oblivious to Me also gifted a bunch of subs to Hardrada, Melissa Annbella, Zajanis, Bad Coupon, Evrenvi, Garnt, Miss Nathalite, George 100, Frozen SCV, Time Active, and Midwinter. Oh, no. Midwinter Lily was from Arnar. Thank you very much, Arnar. The rest of those were from Oblivious to Me. Thank you very much. A lot of those were new subs as well. So welcome to the Cat Gang, guys. Be sure to say thank you. Mola Koala, thank you for the 19. Sanzo for the 40. Chiz Workshop for the 15. T Zug for the 42. Arnar, thank you for gifting a sub to NYC Weather. Welcome to the Katogangu. Thank you, Arnar. Spoopy Mulder, thank you for the 21. Pineapple Mage for the 23. Crazy Mur for the 29. Rick for the 19. Tame Kitty for the 3. Pocket Bob for the 4. Derulu, thank you for gifting a sub to Thalo Moo. Welcome back to the Cat Gang. Thank you. Colt Fever, thank you for the 25. Systemic Anarchy, thank you for the 33. Lazy Butt for the 55. Data XDs for the 2. Jurassic John for the 5. And Jeremy Ott for the 10. Thank you all very, very much. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a lovely day. I will be streaming again tomorrow night. It will be study hall. I don't know what we're doing yet. It might be something related to packing. I don't know. We'll see. But if you'd like to come and work on homework or your own projects or whatever, and just have people to work with, then feel free to swing by. Kristen is streaming. She's lovely. So let's go say hi to her. Have an amazing day, guys, and I'll see you next time. Okay? Bye-bye.